here to fulfill that promise. Now, Kenya's Gold took to the road and headed all the way to Utawala, where we met a farmer who has vast knowledge on dairy farming. And take a look at what we have on today's Gold feature.
Huyu bado naona ni mdogo.
2 months.
Huyu bado mdogo kabisa. Sasa anang'ang'ana lakini anajaribu.
We're done. Imeisha. Uamini? Ndio hiyo. Till the last drop.
Yes, lakini wangu bado.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for this another exciting feature. We are in Utawala, Joiro Farm, and we will be talking about all matters dairy farming.
Bila shaka.
Lakini mimi naona ni kama huwa tu appreciate ng'ombe enough. Inatupatia vitu ngapi? Hebu sema.
Kuna nyama, ngozi, na vile vile maziwa.
Umemaliza?
Yangu hiyo.
Uko sure umemaliza?
Kabisa.
Sasa ile siku utamaliza kunikatia terere ukapiga kwa wazazi wangu, kwani unakuja na nini? Basically just trying to let you know there's so much we get from cows, but today in particular we will be talking about dairy farming. Now also here's another important fact that you need to know. According to International Livestock Research Institute, cows in Kenya produce over 3.5 billion liters of milk a year.
Naam, bila shaka kama una ng'ombe 10 katika boma lako, ngine unafahamu kwamba kila siku unaweza ngangania nafasi ya kupata lita 200, kumaanisha kila mwezi ni lita 6,000.
That's a lot of milk that you can get, and of course from those numbers it's clear to say hapa Kenya tunakunywa maziwa.
Usipojua vizuri namna ya kulisha, huenda ukapata hasara nyingi sana.
Alright, we will be sharing more facts from the experts when it comes to all matters dairy farming, but for now let us go into the farm and get more details and every other thing that you need to know.
Bila shaka nipo eneo la Utawala, Joiro Farm. Kusema hivyo, shughuli nzima ni kuangalia masuala ya malisho kwa ng'ombe wa maziwa. Bwana Joseph, tupatie historia yako kulikoanzia hadi tufike sasa.
We started our farm in I think May of 2018 with my wife. Her name is Joyce. Of course my name is Rono. So Joiro is a combination of the two names. We just started it out of the desire to have fresh milk just around us. I think I'm one of those people with very strong attachment to milk, of course, both for me and my children. We started by bringing the few stock of cows, around 5 of them. We were keeping them in Nakuru then, but of course, because of the challenges of market for milk, and I felt I had fairly good space here in Utawala, so we made that decision to bring the cows here. Of course, if you look at the condition which they are right now, of course this is a major change. These cows were not in very good condition, but of course over time we've been of course feeding them very well, giving them the right nutritional value in terms of feeds, and of course right now they're in perfect condition, and even the rate of production has really improved. Almost 75% of the cows we have here now are our new generation. Of course we've grown them all the way until calving stage. We've milked them, and we now have almost the 3rd generation now, because on average you can actually get a cow almost on yearly basis if you keep them in good condition. The total herd number is 33. In fact, I think it's 34 because there is one which was calved recently. Yeah. Of course, at the moment we are milking around 15 of them. Some of them at different stages of calving. There are some who are headed towards drying. Some of them have just given birth. Wengine, they are at what we call plateau level, where the production of milk is now fairly flat. When we started the farm, our production was around 30 liters. Right now we are doing between 250 to 300 liters per day. What I pride most about the farm is a learning process. We've been able to learn really how to keep cows, feed them properly, how to make sure that you don't miss out when the time for inseminating them comes. I mean, the issue of having a calf from a cow on a yearly basis, I mean, it used to be an imagination. but now it's a reality. And then the other very interesting thing which we've been able to achieve, which many people will tell you, the right time to serve a cow from birth is after 15 months. And we've actually hit that. Most of our new heifers are coming on hit exactly on the 15th month. In fact, there are some who come in a bit early, but we delay the process until the 15th month, or at least when the cow has attained around 300 kilos in terms of weight. Yeah, so that way you're able to make sure that that calf whom you serve at the 15th month will also calf at her second birthday, which of course that means if you do that on an annual basis, it essentially means that you'll be able to at least make sure that you have a calf every year and you don't take too long feeding your cow before they come on hit again. We went through a lot of challenges as a farm. Initially, we lost a number of stock when we started, but of course, we didn't give up. We soldiered on with the journey to an extent that we have very minimal problems right now. In fact, there are some, like any tick-borne disease, that no longer exist in our farm here. The last time we sprayed these cows, I'll tell you, is almost 2 years ago. Most of the time ticks comes through hay, but what we've done with our hay is that we crush them in our other farm in Nakuru, and when you crush it using a machine which moves at a very high speed, so ticks will rarely survive that mechanical process. Diseases like ECF, that one doesn't exist because that is normally a big challenge to most farmers. So the only thing we try to manage are basic things which has to do with hygiene. For example, maybe workers have not completely stripped out milk from a cow. They can easily develop things like mastitis. The best time to serve is after 90 days. But not more than that. In fact, you play around between 60 and 90 days. Ukipitisha tena 90 days, kama unapata huyo ng'ombe unamkamua mpaka kufika a certain extent, maziwa yake imekuwa kidogo sana na time yake ya kuzaa bado iko mbali. So normally sometimes ukimserve too early, either upate hiyo uterus yake haija recover fully, or kuna uchafu bado yako nayo. Normally when you overmilk the cow beyond the 7 months, saa zingine unaweza pata ng'ombe amezaa immediately na kumkamua unapata hakuna maziwa ama unapata lita moja. So those are some of the undesired effects of overmilking the cow. That is why in a farm, hata kama ng'ombe bado hakuna maziwa mingi na imebaki miezi mbili, we will do everything possible to make sure we've dried that cow. Ndio akuwe na sufficient time ya steaming so that immediately akizaa production yake itakuwa extremely very high. Na pia yule ndama mwenye atazaliwa atakuwa very healthy. That is why the last 2 months it's good to give it a break so that is a time when the full formation of the calf is being done. If you look at the production ya ng'ombe akizaa tu bure, unapataga maziwa inaongezeka. Inaendaka alafu ikifika a certain stage, maziwa inakuwa almost the same every day. So that is now plateau stage. Normally runs for almost 5 months, sometimes even 4 months. And then you have to start reducing the quantity of milk. That is a decreasing stage. And then you strip it from milking. The average production, of course, depends on so many factors. But for a high-yielding cow, you can even get as high as 40 liters. Some 30, 35. There are some maybe in their first calving, they'll do maybe 20 to 25 liters thereabout. I think for us as a Joiro farm, we've had cows which have gone as high as 40 liters, but most of them, they normally operate between 27 to around 30 liters. We milk our cows 3 times a day. We start at midnight. That is our first milking time. And then the second milking time is around 10 in the morning. And then the third one is at 5. For a cow which maybe produces, let's say, 40 liters, utapata the first milking anaweza kupatia as high as 14 liters, sometimes even 15. Then maybe you go down to 13 liters and then finally 12 liters.
What a fantastic feature that was on dairy farming in Kenya. Clearly, amazing farmers are doing such amazing things. And as you can see, there's more cows in my background and they look very, very healthy. But for them to be as healthy as you can see, it definitely means vet services are taken seriously. And right about now, we will be speaking to an expert, a vet who will be telling us everything we need to know when it comes to all matters cows. Karibu sana mgeni wetu wa leo.
Asante sana. My name is Kariuki Thomas. I am a vet practitioner. I've been in this field for 5 years now. I do take care of animals and specifically cows.
How, as a young person, did you decide I want to go into the vet space?
I felt it's my job to take care of animals. I love animals. I have passion for them, and I couldn't help myself to be in the field.
So you can say for the 5 years you've been doing it, so far so good, you're making enough money, uko sawa?
Niko sawa.
You know, we're trying to make sure young people understand agriculture is something that they can also take up as young people. Na si ati ukulima tu. Ona wewe ni you're in agriculture but in the space of a vet. Maybe before we get into the details of the cows, maybe you can tell the young people something about the variety of things that they can do in the space of agriculture.
There is a gem in agriculture. Agriculture, it's a wide field. So whichever the field you choose, it's very quite okay. It's paying well and the returns are good.
All right, now I believe I have the attention of the youth. Mumeambiwa kuna pesa. Now let's get into the meat of the matter. Sindio? Wakulima wengi wa ng'ombe wakikuja kwako na mashida. Inakuanga sana shida gani?
Kitu ya kwanza is the diseases. Secondly, there is the feeding. Mkulima anataka kujua huyu ng'ombe nitamfeed aje, nitampea nini kulingana na stage yake. Thirdly, the major problem yenye wakulima wengi wanapata, low consumption rate of AI services.
When you speak of diseases, what are some of the common ones that attack cows?
There is the mastitis. We have other tick-borne diseases. Then there is the pneumonia. There is the metabolic disorders. Yeah, so there are quite a number.
What are some of the things that farmers can do to make sure we reduce the chances of, you know, getting some of the diseases that affect the cows?
The very first thing that farmers should do is hygiene. Secondly is the farm practices. The cows should be kept happy.
All right.
Yeah, because there are diseases that come due to poor housing.
But cleanliness is very key.
Very key, very crucial.
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
Yeah.
Should you wait until you start seeing unusual, abnormal signs in your cow, or is it advisable that you have checkups even when things look to be quite okay, just to keep yourself safe?
I usually advise the farmer, once wameona any unusual behavior of the cow, maybe it is restless, it's not feeding, it doesn't want to rest, it's very important that they call the vet immediately, because those are the early signs of maybe a disease or any other condition.
As a young farmer, if I see my cow rattling its teeth on the door like that, I'm automatically going to think this is an abnormal behavior. And because I listened to my vet said, if you see anything unusual, run to a vet. So right about now, what is happening to my cow?
That is very normal for the cow to do that. Just like human beings, pia ng'ombe wanasikianga kujikuna. So it just happened, yake imempata kwa diastema. So she's trying to rub the diastema.
Mkulima amezungumza nasi, naye daktari akazungumza nasi. Hapo si mwisho. Wiki inayokuja mkulima huyu atatueleza kuhusiana na gharama hitajika ili kuanzisha ufugaji wa ng'ombe wa maziwa, changamoto na mambo mengine. Daktari naye atatueleza kuhusiana na artificial insemination.